like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the...
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Today, we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. Inside. 51 the mic, boy. 51. Switch. Red 80. Kill. Go 80.
On first down, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Here we go.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here for Callaway. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. First carry for Nick Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. On 3rd down, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll give it to Chubb. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
The Jets take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 26-yard line.
Exit.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Hey, Haywood.
51's the mark. 51's the mark.
Darnold on first down. Airing one out for Crowder. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They find some open field here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 89 yards. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
He's checking. Crash. Watch the safety creep. Check. Lady. Check. General West. Come.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Topper! Wide, get wide! Here we go. 50.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now Callaway on the return. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Mayfield on play action. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 21 yards away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, it's Bell. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill. Hey, ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And some space here. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Seibert on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On third down, here's Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Fresh off the pick six, it's Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman. That'll bring up second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Darnold from the gun. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
49, Jets nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wild card matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
37-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
That is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Gotta do better.
Gain of 9.
Come on,
Brings
QB,
up
come on.
second
I got it.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They go with Chubb on second down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. A give running right is Chubb. Able to push his way through. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
At the 27-yard line.
Defense wins championship.
Here's Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check the hot read. Check 9, check 9.
Topper! Topper! Hurry, hurry!
Following the interception, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Avery Williamson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They give the Chubb out of the gun. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
He takes us for about 6 down inside the 40.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
He finds Beckham complete. A 3rd down gain of 19. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Point it right.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Darnold. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. The 20. 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, 71 yards. And the Jets are able to get a score back.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those. Yeah,
I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. To throw is Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8 Are we sure he knows what color jersey?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough,